Hi everyone. So I have just probably watched the most surreal Christmas film ever. Um, One of them when you're flicking through the streaming services to see what to watch, you stumble across it. The thing that made me look at it was it had Mel Gibson. Big fan of Mel. Lethal Weapon films, Payback, Braveheart, all of it. I'm a big fan of Mel. This film's called Fatman, and it's just weird. It's like a fever dream. That's the only one. I mean, I was watching it and I couldn't believe what I was watching. Um, so, for those that haven't seen it, Mel Gibson plays an old, grumpy, gun toting Santa who basically is getting to the point where he's angry with the world because kids, the magic of Christmas is gone, all that sort of stuff. But he still goes out every year, delivers his parcels. And he comes to this one house, this lad called Billy, whose family are obviously connected, or a mob or gangsters or whatever. They're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And Billy's a little shit. There's no arguing about what he is. Billy is a little shit. So Santa leaves him a lump of coal. And Christmas morning comes, Billy gets up, opens his presents, opens a present from Santa, and finds a lump of coal. And he's that angry about it that he takes a hit out on Santa Claus. There's this hitman that the family use, and yeah, and this hitman has no problem taking a hit out on Santa because when he was a kid, he got lumps of coal from Santa because he was a little shit. It was just the most crazy film. You've even got military presence in it that are using Santa's workshop to make like guidance systems for their like jets and stuff. It is so random, but it was brilliant. It was just one of them that, as I said, if I hadn't just been streaming through Amazon just to find something to watch, I'd never would have found it. And as I said, I saw Mel Gibson, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And it's just crazy. It's an hour and 40 minutes of pure nonsense, but it's brilliant. As I said, the story itself is a basic story. You don't have to. They didn't have to dive too deeply in the story. Visual effects, they didn't have to rely a lot on it because what's funny about it is you don't actually see him deliver the presents. He goes out, and then it's like the next day. You don't. So they didn't have to worry about spending the money on making the reindeers fly, showing the sled, all that sort of stuff. And it works. They just use basic practical effects through the whole film, and like the shootout scenes and stuff like that are brilliantly done and really well choreographed. It's yeah, I mean, it was a really good film. It came out in like 2020, but I don't actually remember this getting any like press or anything. It was kind of one of them that's just kind of been made. I mean, obviously, the other year we got the big success with Violent Night, with David Harbour playing Santa Claus, who basically does Die Hard, which is brilliant, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen it, watch Violent Night. But this was another one, as I said, that just kind of, it just didn't get the press. And I think if it had of it, it actually could have done a lot better. It's not got a bad scoring on different sites, on like Rotten Tomatoes and all that sort of stuff. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 because it's a clever idea. As I said, it relies on practical effects. There's nothing really that you need the big budgets for. So it probably was a shoestring budget film, which probably is another reason it didn't get the hype behind it, because Hollywood wasn't going to get its big payout thanks to it. But I mean, I quite like the fact that Mel Gibson has done this sort of film that's kind of like you know what, I don't have to do all the big blockbusters. Now I'm going to kind of do the films that I want to do. I mean, there is obviously talk of them coming back to do the fifth Lethal Weapon film, which Mel is going to direct. And hopefully that's going to bring them all back together. Danny Glover's up for it. Rennie Russo's up for it. Hopefully they can get Pesci out of retirement. I mean, Scorsese managed to do it for The Irishman, so hopefully we'll get him back for that. But seeing Mel Gibson back in this sort of role as like the action hero, which is really weird to say when he's Santa Claus, it worked. He proved that, I mean, obviously he's getting older now, but he can still kick ass. So yeah, guys, The Fatman, it's on Amazon Prime at the moment. It's on the free with the ads bit, so yeah, there is ads when you watch the film, but it's not that many. Definitely give it a watch, guys. As I said, it's one of them that for me is a bit of a hidden treasure. Didn't know about it, saw it, loved it. Probably will now be one of the films that December time, I will be watching. It was just a really, really good action film. Black comedy, so the humour's very dark in it. But yeah, Fatman, guys, give it a check if you haven't seen it. Brilliant film. So, cheers. Bye.